What's up, y'all? It's Nifty Q. That's Gift Dead. We're here with another daily rehash on Friday, December 8th. We officially made it to the weekend. Let's party out in Art Basel. Oh, yeah, we're not out in Art Basel. Everybody that's having a good time, and if you're trading on Solana, if you're out in Miami, shout out to you, our Vibe, our tribe. Let's go, GIF.
Let's go, Q. Great to be back on a Friday rehash with y'all out there. We've got the top 10 stories in Web3 from the last 24 hours, and it's a doozy. Last one of the week, Q. Let's get into it. What's up first?
Yeah, shout out to Huda, who was the first one to report on this, but the Solana blockchain flipped Ethereum in NFT sales volume over the last 24 hours, I believe for the first time. So CryptoSlam reporting this. You can see there Solana doing about $15 million in USD. I mean, what is there to say? They've just been having a party over there. You saw the Jito airdrop. That's going to lead to more liquidity. They're going to run into this liquidity begets more liquidity scenario. It feels like the flywheel is going in the right direction for all of Solana. Congrats.
Absolutely. Congrats to the fam. I'm getting more interested. We're all getting more interested. It seems like Solana is going to have a heck of a next cycle, probably a lot of novelty and a lot of action happening over there. So I think it's just getting started. I think Zeneca might have been the one that said, you can be late to something and still early. That's what I think is going on there. I think it's still early, even though you might have missed this initial pump. But all right, let's keep it going. Animoca Brands has been just on a tear as well. Another almost $12 million raise to continue building out the Mocaverse. Here you see a quote: second tranche empowers Mocaverse to build the meta layer across and beyond Animoca Brands network for Web3 culture and entertainment. You can see here a little bit more about this. Build the digital identity and point system for Web3 gaming culture and entertainment. So yeah, huge news.
Yeah, speaking of points, that people are farming those realm points, and it is airdrop and farming season, so definitely that's what people are getting after. And yes, you're circling 31.88 mil on the Mocaverse raise in total. So yeah, that's my safe word, man. I don't know why I faded that so much earlier this year. All right, Blast. Speaking of points, people are farming Blast points over there on at the liquidity, like the layer 2 protocol, but there is some liquidity there that is farming yield. It's gone over 800 million in TVL, which I believe is more than Solana, although Solana's taken off, so they were probably flip-flopping at this point. But yeah, 75,000 wallets, 823 million in TVL. That's going to be a really interesting moment in February when the Blast mainnet launches and all of this gets unlocked. Where that liquidity goes, I mean, that's almost $1 billion fucking dollars.
This idea that it's all just going to get unlocked and that they're not going to just come up with another thing for you to throw your liquidity into is wild. You're right. It will be interesting, but I just have a feeling they're going to come out with another season, another farm, another something. But yeah, we'll see where it goes. We'll also see where 10KTF can go soon. They are back after almost 3 months. There was this reorg within Yuga that a lot of people were kind of unhappy about, especially it seemed like the 10KTF team kind of got the bad end of that stick, losing some of their favorite people. And they didn't have their, weekly Thursday storytelling time. This is like one of the most popular things about it is this incredible storytelling that they're going to do. But apparently it's back. This is the news here, coming back on Thursdays, and the G tags are heating up as well. I don't know if we have a date on those PFPs yet, but they're definitely starting to move again.
Yeah, look, 10KTF is going to do amazing. We'll see where the G tags go. That's going to be, I think, one of the more popular PFP projects. It's just kind of under the radar. It's going to be part of the Yuga ecosystem. So I think that G tags are going to do extremely well in 2024. All right, this isn't really like a breaking news story or anything, just a really interesting thread. We're going to have all of this in the description, by the way, and in these threads you can obviously click in. But Bob Lucas is saying, in 20 years, so many of you young folks today will look back at these crypto days and still be in disbelief at the wealth that slipped through your fingers. It's not in 20 years, man. It's right now. But do yourself a favor as your paper wealth grows on cartoon NFTs, airdrop, shitcoins, and DAO tokens. Keep extracting value. And these are basically like several guidelines that I guess Bob uses in his own life. I want to give a shout out to Biggie Poppins, who dropped this in our group chat. Here's a really good quote as well to pull from this. How do I know about all of this, like Mania and House of Cards and all this stuff? Because this is the oldest of games. The narrative is always different. The human behavior is time tested and universal. So yeah, just your daily or I guess monthly reminder here when we do get back to whatever this bull market is, not financial advice. Definitely look and take a step back and say, hey, am I extracting enough value? Am I diversifying? Am I doing all these things to protect the wealth that maybe you have accrued in that time?
Yeah, and I like your take when you talk about, to really accrue wealth or make big plays, you have to make big concentrated bets that do well, but then to protect it, you have to kind of diversify out. And yeah, I think a lot of us probably could, in hindsight, say we didn't do enough of that diversification and protection in the last run. That's why some people call me round trip gift. But yeah, let's do better this time, fam. I'm with that. And the conversation around the Bitcoin ETFs just keeps getting spicier. A lot of speculators are swarming for potential approval, and a lot of people thinking that it's going to come early in 2024. There's been a meeting recently between the SEC and Fidelity to discuss theirs. There's just all kinds of positive momentum happening, and everybody getting very antsy and expecting something to happen.
Yeah, there was another post that we were going to add to this, which is essentially speculators saying, hey, look, the SEC is actually putting out crypto advice. Basically, the last time they did that, it was right before their futures ETF on Bitcoin got approved. So there was that. We didn't actually put it. This is more kind of set in stone. They are meeting with Fidelity. And obviously, January, a huge month upcoming. All right, we've got a pretty interesting story here that's been developing over the last 24 hours. Layer Zero Labs is going to join the token game here. So we know it's airdrop season. We know people are farming points for potential tokens. Layer Zero Labs came out and said, we'll state now in no uncertain terms that there will be a Layer Zero token. This is a interoperability protocol that we're not that familiar with, to be fair. There's also an NFT component, GIF. I don't know if you want to hit that.
Yeah, so these are apparently like the Project Zero or like their first big NFT project, Ghostly Ghosts. And check this out, Q. If you hop over to this activity tab, they are starting to run off of this narrative just in the last day or two. A lot of incoming volume here. They're up almost 3x, like 2 or 3x just in the last day, because I think a lot of people assuming or expecting that these NFTs might play some role in whatever this airdrop is.
Yeah, didn't buy it. I know a couple of us did, not myself, or a couple people in the group chat were able to get that. So shout outs if you're playing the game correctly. All right, man, what's next?
What is next is Valyria Games. Valyria Studios teasing the upcoming drop for their trading card Founders Sets on Friday. That's today, of course. We do have a little video. You can see an example of what these look like coming soon. We know that they've got this drop that's going to be extremely limited that is going to their landholders first. There's only about 300 or so of these Founders Sets. I believe that's on Monday. So most likely won't make it to public sale.
Yeah, I think this sells out in the pre-sale. Right now, you have landholders that have made a killing here on the token appreciation. They're keeping this low supply, I think, to make sure that we get some nice sellout announcement here. And it's going to be interesting to see. There's also that physical component, right, GIF, that's already going to be in like 2 weeks post-mint. They said that you're going to be able to redeem for a physical.
I'm a fan of what they're doing, especially getting to talk to the founder, Sharif, yesterday.
All right, we've given our fair share of criticism to the DeGods ecosystem and Frank himself. This is a video here showing what they're doing or are going to do at Art Basel. They're partnering with Kraken. You can see their party house basically out there. There's going to be several events as well that he takes you into. But yeah, it looks like they had, Safe's a part of this as well. Shout out to Gnosis Safe, aka Safe. But yeah, it looks like there's going to be some really cool DeGods events. This is what they do well, right? The vibes, the culture, the community. So I expect them to do extremely well here over the weekend with everything they've got going on.
Yeah, Miami frat party incoming. Hopefully the ratio will look a little bit better at this one, and we don't just get a bunch of videos of all 100% dudes. But I'm sure it'll be a great time, even if the ratio sucks. I'm sure it's going to be an awesome time. Some people were joking around in our chat that they're going back to Solana. I don't think we've seen that announcement yet, Q.
No, that was a total fake out announcement. I ran to my desk and that was a fake out.
All right, last story of the day here. Jack Butcher is definitely doing Miami right, launching a sunglass line in collaboration with Salvino Armati, and these are called Oviators. Of course, he's always riffing off of something popular already. It's one of the things he does well, like Opepin. So he's literally using a derivative Opepin and riffing off of aviators with Oviators now, keeping that vibe going. You can see what they look like here. It's inspired by the Opepin edition, where like one of them's round, one of them's got that sort of sharp corner. But what's really cool is that these are minting on Base. They'll be redeemable for the sunglasses in Q1 2024. And when you redeem the NFT, it doesn't just become, you know, a static receipt, you know, or a digital proof of ownership. It actually turns into some kind of unique generative artwork itself. So actually, let me just pull that up here. Okay. Here you go. Minting on Base for 0.11, and it's just for the next 72 hours. Then it'll close and determine final supply. On redemption, your token transforms into a piece of unique generative art.
I've actually, you know, this Jack Butcher piece is amazing, and this is kind of a look at why NFTs are going to be successful long term. It's such a good mix of culture and the use of the technology. But yeah, I've been waiting to see more drops on Base. I didn't realize these were going to be minting there. That's pretty cool. All right, folks, we are getting up out of here. Sorry, you were muted. Do you have some?
Nah, that's it, man.
All right. Guys, this was a fantastic week for the entire space, but definitely if you were over on Solana, shout out to you. Hopefully you were making a bag. Hopefully we all have a nice little bit of a Christmas here. We will see you guys here on the other side of the weekend. So Monday, be there, be square.
Our vibe, our tribe.